Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another video. This guitar needs no introduction, so I'm not gonna give it one. Let's take a closer look. So this absolute beast of a guitar is of course a Squier Hello Kitty Strat. Some background information about these guitars: they're basically single humbucker affinity Strats with a hardtail bridge and, most importantly, a bright pink finish and Hello Kitty visuals. They've been discontinued for a long time. This one was made in 2006, and because of that, they're actually more expensive now than they were when they first came out, especially the pink one. It also came in black, which is alright, but playing metal on one doesn't even come close to matching the irony factor of chugging the night away on the pink one. It's actually pretty crazy how sought after these are, especially amongst metalheads with a sense of humor. It's so in demand that there are unlicensed replicas on Reverb, and even 7-string fakes on AliExpress, which are probably pure trash. Now I actually got pretty lucky and found someone selling it for cheap on Craigslist, because there is no way I would pay the like $275 these go for nowadays, even more if they're in mint condition with the gig bag. But there's a reason the seller was letting this go for $100. This guitar is in poor shape, but I'll get into that later. So the Hello Kitty is based off of your standard Squier Affinity Strat. It has an Agufish body with a bolt-on maple neck and a maple fingerboard. The fingerboard has a 9.5-inch radius, 21 medium jumbo frets, and kick-ass bright pink fret markers. The Affinity body is thinner than the one found on normal Strats. It's only 38mm thick as opposed to 44mm, though if you're not a hardcore Strat fanatic, that's probably not something you'll notice. The only way it came to my attention is that I have it on a guitar rack next to two other Strats, and side by side you can see it does look slimmer. So no real surprises with the construction. The obvious draw of this guitar is the obnoxiously ridiculous look. I'm not sure what the perfect pink color is for a metal guitar, but this is pretty damn close. Then this giant Hello Kitty head, it's not just a graphic or a screen print on the body, this is a pickguard. So it pops out of the body and it's just so ridiculous. Now, one of the reasons I was able to get this guitar for relatively cheap is that it's not in mint condition. There are a lot of dings on the headstock and the body, including one particularly nasty one where the owners filled it in with some sort of pink paint that doesn't match at all. Awesome. Now, the hardware on modern Squiers, including the contemporary Active Strat, it's really impressed me. It's improved a lot over the years. Unfortunately, the Kitty is not a modern Squier. Both the bridge and the tuners are garbage. The tuning machines are loose in some parts of the rotation, tight in others, and very, very jumpy. Then the bridge just feels cheap and gross, like it's made of pig iron. The nut is another component that needs improvement. It's a super cheap plastic nut that doesn't do the tuning stability any favors. Predictably, if I want this guitar to be useful for anything, all the hardware needs to go. Now, when this guitar was new, it was probably a pretty decently playing instrument, but over 10 years later, this is a rough playing experience. The fret ends are sharp. They're starting to pop out from the edges of the fingerboard, like you can actually fit a piece of printer paper under them, and they are in dire need of a good polishing. On the bright side, the neck is actually quite comfortable. I was expecting it to have pretty much the same size, heft, and feel as the one on my Squier Bullet Strat, but it's noticeably much chunkier. The one on mine has almost like a U shape to it, and the finish is really thin, so it feels really fast. But as it is, this guitar is not very fun to play. While the wood material feels decent enough, overall, it plays like trash. Probably doesn't help that the intonation is way off as well. What's kind of funny is that in the listing this was advertised as coming with new strings. However, I don't think most of these have ever been changed, with the exception of the G string. And I know that one's been changed because it's a bronze acoustic string. Lol. Now, I'm no pro, but let me see what I can do to clean this guitar up and at least get it into playable condition. Alright, so now the frets are in much better condition. I've added some graphite to the nut slots so the strings don't get stuck. It's not perfect, not even close, but at least playing this now feels somewhat enjoyable as opposed to painful until you plug it in. The Hello Kitty guitar comes with a single, it has to be said, incredibly crappy humbucker in the bridge position. For your lols, here's what it sounds like through all my amps dirty. And now clean. And now here's what it sounds like through a Boss Metalzone, because I know everyone's dying to hear what that sounds like. So it sounds like there may be a wiring issue, but there's no real sugarcoating it. This is one of the worst pickups I've ever had on the channel. It's harsh, it's thin, it's incredibly noisy. Bear in mind those tracks were with an ISP decimator both in the effects loop and in front of the guitar. Tracking this guitar for the demo was a complete nightmare. Just an unbearable amount of hum, and it's definitely gonna have to be replaced for this guitar to be usable for just about anything. And now it's time for Simon Says, the segment where we ask my guitar noob roommate to give his opinion on the Squier Hello Kitty. Simon, what do you think of this guitar?
Oh my gosh! This is a very cute guitar with the Hello Kitty like key guard.
Pick guard.
Pick guard. But where did you find this?
On Craigslist in Queens, New York.
Is it like authentic Hello Kitty?
Hell yeah.
It's got 7 strings. That's an extra string. Wait. No, it's got 6 strings.
Does it feel like a more expensive guitar?
No, this is something like Avril Lavigne would play. I like it. But obviously you buy this guitar for the Hello Kitty. And this is a pretty solid looking Hello Kitty. I'm not like a Hello Kitty fan.
Are you not?
Oh, this guy's playing a guitar!
Holy crap!
Guitar!
It was meant to be. So how many thumbs up do you give this one?
I will give this one a 1 thumbs up.
Yeah, so I mean, this guitar is exactly what you think it is, and it's exactly what I expected it to be. It's a ridiculous looking Affinity Strat that time has not been kind to. It needs help, major help, in both the component and playability departments. Currently, it sucks, which to be honest, I was ready for. This particular one doesn't really have any collectible value anymore because of the dings in the body and headstock, the scratches in the finish, and it's missing the original gig bag, so I'll definitely be making a high integrity mod project video out of it. For those of you wondering what that means, it means I am going to mod the living crap out of this guitar. If you haven't seen the last high integrity mod video, I'll leave a link to it in the cards. At over 500,000 views, it is by far the most watched on my channel and definitely worth a gander. Basically, I took a pink $30 Strat I picked up in China, complete with the sticker that said Satisfaction Competitive, high integrity on it, and gave it a Pimp My Ride style makeover with high-end Fishbone pickups, hipshot hardware, the works. I learned my lesson from that video though. For the before and after comparison, I'll include clean and dirty dry tracks so you can really hear the difference. I'm also gonna try and outdo that one in terms of the ridiculousness factor, and I've already got some sick stuff lined up, but I'm still taking suggestions. So if you own this guitar and budget was a non-issue, how would you mod it? Let me know in the comments and make sure you're subscribed and got notifications turned on so you don't miss the video of me turning this into my interpretation of the ultimate metal Strat. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and give it a like. If you want to support what I do with the honest reviews and get bonus extras like song downloads and tabs, please check out my Patreon. Thanks to Luke for mixing the demo track. His channel is in the cards. All the links are below, including social media, signal chain, and our Discord server, which you should definitely join. As always, thanks so much for watching. You've been awesome. This is a Squier Hello Kitty Strat, and I'll see you for the next video.